If you know, you know. And if you know what time it is, then you know the corruption in boxing is kicking in yet again. Now, Dillian Whyte is announced to be fighting in December 7th on Andrew Ruiz versus Anthony Joshua rematch in the Saudi. However, the $1 million question still stands: where the B sample go? And Eddie Hearn, not too long ago, he came out and stated that if the A sample is dirty, the B sample is most likely dirty. However, we haven't seen the results, which most likely is positive. So if it is, how come Dillian Whyte gets to fight on the December 7th? Is that how it goes down in the UK under Matchroom Promotion? Obviously, Chavez Jr., a fighter that's not even Eddie Hearn fighter. Eddie Hearn doesn't promote Chavez Jr. He turned down VADA testing at his door. He told them absolutely not and walked away. And Eddie Hearn pushed for the fight with his fighter Jacob in a different state in the US where he's almost about to get his license suspended. But see, in the UK, you could get away with things like that. You could have secret meetings. You could have a fighter that's dirty and not inform the public nor his opponent. Then fight night, he gets to fight while he's being dirty, using loaded gloves, and then don't even get punished for it, even though he got busted. That's the benefits you get when you promote in the UK when it comes to Eddie Hearn. However, in the States, obviously, is more strict. And when his fighter, AJ, was fighting a dirty fighter like Big Baby Miller, he made a big fuss about it. He stated, if you get banned for substance that enhance your ability, you should be banned from the sport. So keep the same energy with Chavez. Keep the same energy with Dillian Whyte. However, Dillian Whyte haven't came out with a statement since he got busted. And to make matter worse, now he's allowed to fight on Ruiz versus Joshua rematch, even though the B sample results haven't came out yet, which we know they've been having it probably for 3 to 4 months by now. But like I said, apparently it's dirty. So what's the point of releasing that to the public and make the Boxing Board of Control of the UK look bad and horrible, because they in this as well? So the best way to go about it is to cover it all up. Cover all the dirt and all the commotion and the corruption that's been going on and bury it in the dirt. However, where they miscalculated is they decided to cover this big mess up with see-through glass. And we all could see through this. Even Stevie Wonder don't have to wonder about what's happening, because even a blind man could see through this. It don't take a genius to figure this out. Now, why will they have Dillian Whyte fight Wach on the undercard of Ruiz versus Joshua when the fight is already sold out? Nobody's asking about Dillian Whyte. But what they really trying to accomplish by the move they just made is to cover up for Dillian Whyte and put him back on the scene where he's going to be seen, and hopefully the fans forget him for the dirt that he's been doing, or at least believe in the lies they've been telling. However, you can fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me. Dillian Whyte already got busted in the past in 2014 for doing the same thing, so this ain't his first time. And like I said, till we see the B sample, then he is a dirty fighter. In the US, you are not guilty to proving guilty. However, there is no such thing as a secret meeting. There is no such thing as fight night. You get to fight while you being dirty. Mistake or not, it does not matter. And he almost got knocked out while he was being dirty and had loaded gloves. Now, obviously, Eddie Hearn is planning on replacing Anthony Joshua in case he loses to Ruiz, because that's all she wrote. He was relying on Anthony Joshua so much to carry Matchroom Promotion. That's how he landed the Dazn deal. If Anthony Joshua loses to Ruiz a second time, then that's over for his career. He will end up being another Price. So the best way to replace his prize fighter is to have Dillian Whyte fight, even though he's dirty, is to bring Usyk to the equation. But none of that will matter because the top heavyweights are Ruiz, Deontay Wilder, and Fury at this point. And Deontay Wilder stands on top of the throne. Dillian Whyte has his chance to fight Deontay Wilder on more than one occasion. The WBC ordered the fight between Ortiz and Dillian Whyte to be Deontay Wilder mandatory. He said absolutely not and ducked Ortiz, and he's been ducking Ortiz to this day. He had a chance to fight Brazil. He said absolutely not. And then when he finally became his mandatory, he got busted for steroids. However, some of the casual UK fans that absolutely know nothing about the sport, they will try to convince you that Wilder is ducking the cheater, Dillian Whyte, that almost got knocked out while he was cheating. And they think he's a threat to the king, Deontay Wilder. Ain't that disrespectful? In the boxing community, Deontay Wilder is a general. Meanwhile, Dillian Whyte is a soldier that his piss came out dirty. So they don't even compare. So I'm just pointing that out to point out the corruption in the sport that must be cleared up. So it is what it is. Eddie Hearn made it happen. Some way, somehow, he got his fighter that got busted for steroids fight night. Fight yet again without cleaning the mess that they made with the B sample situation and the A sample situation. So if you're a dirty fighter or a fighter that got busted in the past, contact Eddie Hearn and he will give you a fight as soon as possible. He will make it happen. If you're a dirty fighter, if you've been using steroids and you boxing and you can't get a license or you can't get a fight, contact the promoter Eddie Hearn, because that's the promoter for fighters that's dirty in the sport of boxing. So shout out to Split Decision. Check out Split Decision. Hosted and posted every Monday. We had a blast last show where I felt like the show is called Split Decision, but I'll be winning with unanimous decision every time. However, last show, I won like Wilder. I threw a bomb squad in there. So check it out. Be on the lookout for the cookout. We back on the map. Shout out to DBN. Shout out to Dante. Shout out to Lunatoon Boxing for the funniest boxing memes. And to be continued on the next episode of Aki TV. Peace, and we out.